Mm, mm, mm.
Yo, what's the deal? What's the deal? Big Three Man Talk podcast and the place to be. I'm your boy Aaron V, and here with my co-host TC from the D, and our resident guest co-host Mr. Wordplay Reese. How y'all fellas feeling tonight?
Oh, we
All is
good. We
well.
good. We good. You feel me?
Good. That's what's up.
All
That's
is
what's up.
well.
It's late. It's late. So we gonna dive right into that thing. Look, I got something to kick us off. So yesterday I had reached out to y'all, remember, and I asked y'all about if y'all knew about the situation that had happened at the Chipotle in Southfield, Michigan, where apparently uh a man pulled out a gun and shot one of the employees, and what they said was over guacamole, extra guacamole on, whatever he had with him. So upon doing a little bit, I'd say further research, right? And figuring out, exactly how everything went down. Well, I ain't gonna say exactly because shit, the news don't never tell us exactly how things go down. All they do is give us a version of what they hear. So I say, from what I've heard through the news outlets of what went down, apparently the man, got mad, said they didn't give him enough guacamole. Uh, Pursued to get into a big verbal altercation with the female, in which he called her a derogatory term. She got hyped. They pulled her to the back. He decides to go behind the counter and, package his food back up for him and his wife, but at the same time, get the guacamole that he felt like he deserved they didn't give him. So in the midst of which none of this I knew until yesterday, right? In the midst
Mm-hmm.
of him going to get this guacamole, he's behind the counter at this point, putting guacamole in the little to-go ramekin or whatever. And a worker that, to the best of my knowledge, really had nothing to do with the situation decided, hey, I'm gonna be the hero today. And he ran up and tried to pull the shit away from the dude and started trying to fight him. And from there, a melee ensued. They fought from behind the counter out into the dining area. And then you see the camera kind of, fade out as you hear the gunshots ring. So the reason why I told, as I had said yesterday, I was like, look, I think I got to take about this shit that most people might not want to, talk about or agree with or probably be in awe to hear me say. But I'm not gonna say that he wasn't wrong. I'm sorry. I'm not going to say that he should have pulled out a weapon and utilized it on the 21-year-old victim. You know what I'm saying? Because looking at the video, he definitely just off of eyesight. From looking at the video, it looks like he definitely could have handled dude without the weapon. But this guy was a registered CPL holder. And to me, it looked like one of them situations like Dave Chappelle say, when keeping it real go wrong. You don't have nothing to do with this situation, and then here you want to come running to play hero over some guacamole. You know what I'm saying? You want to play hero for establishment that ain't gonna play hero for you. You think Chipotle gonna cover his medical bills? You think Chipotle gonna say, "Damn, he shot you 3 times, and we should give you $1 million out of this multi-million-dollar corporation to set you up for the rest of your life because you stood up and did a noble thing"? Fuck no, they not. They not gonna do that shit. It was a story just a few months back that was on the Breakfast Club of somebody. Don't quote me on this. I think I'm about maybe 90% sure on this, but it was a Starbucks, not here in Michigan, but this was somewhere else. It was a Starbucks where somebody came in to rob the Starbucks with a fake gun. The young man at the register noticed that it was a fake gun and pursued to, try to basically apprehend the suspect. And they were able to get him, restrain him until police got there and arrested him or whatever. And you know what Starbucks did? They fired the young man because they said that's not their protocol. That's not what they teach them to do in those situations. In those situations, you were taught to you try to de-escalate the situation by any means necessary. That means if you know what I'm saying, if my man would have came out, you know what I'm saying, just stood there, let him have that guac and let him go on about his peaceful day, and then you call the police and let them handle it afterwards. You don't go running up on this crazy nigga behind this counter. He already then caused the whole melee, called the young lady out her name and all of this shit over some guacamole. His wife, you could tell she was kind of trying to get him to calm down, and he didn't want to calm down. And then you go call yourself trying to play hero over this whole ass guacamole. That like, come on, man, you don't pay for this shit. You
Yeah,
didn't
that
buy
shit
this
is
shit. This
crazy.
shit ain't coming out of your pocket. Now I'm not saying that the young man deserved to be shot because he did not deserve to be shot, but he also shouldn't have went sticking his nose into that business of trying to fight for guac. So with that, I digress, and I want to know what y'all think about that because I was having a conversation with one of my friends about this earlier, and saying it ended up being a nice little discussion for a minute there. Saying it ended up being a very nice discussion, but at the end of the day, we both kind of seeing each other's viewpoint. And then we kind of took it from there, saying? Like, I get where you coming from and I get where you coming from, and we left it at that. But I kind of want to know what y'all think about this though, because like literally, like why go and try to fight this grown man, over some guacamole? Why not just let him have it? Go on about
Man,
your business, call the police. Why you gotta try to go play superhero? That, like I said, I know how these situations work. Most of these establishments, they want you to diffuse the situation. They most of the time want you to let them have whatever they want to have and then let the police have it. So, you know what I'm saying? With that, what do y'all think about that situation? That's I just laid it out for.
so so honestly, I'm not doing no shit like that. Like you can have it. Like you said, they don't pay you enough for that. Like I'm not getting paid enough for this. Even if I was getting paid enough, I'm not sacrificing my life. Like if you want to steal from Chipotle, wherever the fuck you want to steal from, do that shit. That's on you. It got cameras in here all up. Like when they want to know something like who stole some shit, look at the cameras. You feel me? They know who did it. I'm just not doing it. You feel me? Like he said, they not paying you. Only thing they're probably gonna do is send you a letter in the mail saying how we appreciate you. They not setting your family up. They ain't doing none of that. So I wouldn't do it myself. That's stupid as shit. Um, I do want to say that sometimes it might be, well, you have some of those cases where I'm pretty sure it's from ego. Like the guy that's receiving this energy from this dude, he's like, oh no, you're not gonna talk like fuck, nigga. You ain't about to take nigga. Actually, you're not about to take shit from shit, nigga. You hear me? That type of thing. Or you ain't getting this, nigga. You ain't getting that. You get what I'm trying to say? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I mean, my thing on it is like this, at any job, what I'm saying, the managers, they tell you like if, a customer is getting rowdy or, to the point where, a fight or something serious could break out, they tell you to, don't escalate it even more by getting rowdy back with the customers. Because for safety precautions, they do it to protect you and protect your life because you don't know how
Absolutely.
people are. You know what I'm saying? People, it's not like they got a sign outside the door, outside the establishment saying you can't bring in weapons. So customers can bring in weapons into the establishment. You know what I'm saying? And when stuff like that happens, they tell you to just go ahead and just let them do them. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to, like, they do try to steal stuff. Don't try to stop them. You know what I'm saying? Don't even chase after them. Don't even worry about all that. Just call the police and just let the let the police handle it. Because, you don't have any weapons. They do. You know what I'm saying? Now there's some people that do bring weapons to work when they not supposed to, but all in all, you know what I'm saying, they got weapons, you don't. So if they decide they want to pull it out and shoot you, you know what I'm saying, you just basically just put your life in danger over product that could be replaced because all businesses have insurance. So they tell you not to do that. Now in that situation, that was a very, very unfortunate situation. To be honest, old boy should have, backed down and, let let the dude, take whatever he wanted and just leave. You know what I'm saying? For him to try to stop him and then, end up getting into a tussling, that right there is unfortunate. That should have never happened. He should have never even got in the middle of that. He should just let him take what he wanted. They should have been calling the police on the phone anyway. As soon as they seen old boy back there taking guacamole, uh, they should have been calling the police. You know what I'm saying? So the police can get a good, clear description of the guy and let the police handle it. Now for him, I mean, like I've told some people this story and they asked me like, did the guy survive? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like R&B, do you know if the guy survived or not?
Yeah, he survived. He got shot 3 times from what I've heard in the leg. So he did survive, and it is still in the hospital recovering, to the best
All
of my
right.
knowledge,
All right.
from the
So yeah.
research that I've done thus far.
Well, he got lucky because oh boy could have literally, shot him in the
Could have
chest
been
and in the
worse.
head and stuff, and he could have literally killed him on sight. You know what I'm saying? Um, but he got lucky that he only just got shot in the leg and he's still living. But yeah, they teach you not to even get in the middle of that, and he shouldn't even got in the middle of that. He should just, like I say, he should just let the dude take what he wanted, call the police, get the description of the guy, and let the police handle it. You know what I'm saying? Because they can, say they got more guacamole in the back. They can just bring some more out. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not like they ain't got
Facts.
none. You know what I'm saying? And they can get that food replaced. Uh, so as an employee of a job, don't risk your life. Don't put your life in danger over a business products that you don't even own. You know what I'm saying? You're just, you're selling this product. You know what I'm saying? The business owners, they got insurance for this stuff. So that stuff can get replaced. You know what I'm saying? And if the police don't ever catch these people, they can always replace that stuff. They got the money to replace it. So don't put your life in danger for that. And it's an unfortunate situation that he did put his life in danger. Luckily, his life didn't end. But yeah, we're told not to do that. So, because I work with
So,
FedEx and I deal with customers like that all the time. So,
so I do got something I want to throw out there to y'all. Now,
Mm-hmm.
this is just totally from me, okay? Like, this is
Mm-hmm.
just totally my mindset, my thought process. This has not been mentioned in the news. I don't know this to be true. It's just something that I'm kind of, you know what I'm saying, making an educated guess about. Maybe we know how it is in the workplace, right?
Mm-hmm.
People fucking with each other and all of that different type of stuff. Maybe there's a possibility that the young man got mad from the way that he was talking to the young lady because it might be a young lady that he's dating,
mm-hmm.
likes, or fucking.
That
True.
too. That too.
That could be a case for sure. Good point.
But still at the same time, all right, so let's say if that is true. At this
Why you
point,
laugh?
because I'm thinking about it like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you look at it like that, it's like, okay, well, if so let's just say that happened to be true. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Now you have to think about it. Okay, he called himself defending her, but then you
Mm-hmm.
also have to look at it like, okay, is defending her worth your job and worth your life?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think
Absolutely.
about it. Is defending her worth your job? I mean, it's not like it was a situation where you necessarily had to step in like he was about to get physical with her. Then by all means, everybody should have been on his ass at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But if you know from what I seen in the video and what they talked about in the news and stuff, as far as like how it went down, you know what I'm saying? There really wasn't no point for nobody to, you know what I'm saying? Just let the nigga have it walking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like I
that's
say,
all I'm
let the
saying. Just
police
let him
handle
have
that
that
shit.
shit. 'Cause that shit is crazy,
So
man.
It
That
had to be
that's
more to it, is what you're saying, right?
that's some crazy shit right
yeah,
there. And that motherfucker getting upset like that, upset over some fucking guacamole. That right
It
there
wasn't
is crazy in its own. You know what I'm saying? But for the employee to get involved in that and risk his life for that stuff, it makes it even worse. Yeah, go ahead,
because
workplace.
because it wasn't like what he's saying, like a good mention is it's not like just the guacamole itself. It's not just that. It's deeper. It's always something deeper. Um, like that's a very interesting point what he said. And but me thinking back on it, when you go to like I've worked at Mickey D's before, right? I've worked at these different establishments. So like I remember a point in time, like, and it's just me, you know what? Me experiencing how it is when you have a bunch of like we have a bunch of certain energy, right? And one of the guys just I really feel like that's way too vague though, what I just said. But anyways, one of the guys tried to step up and be Captain Save a Hoe. And it was just like, regardless of how she was in the wrong or not, you feel me? It was like I, it could be one of those type of situations, to be honest. I know how it goes. At least I think, because I wasn't there, but
Yeah,
definitely
it's
more to the
unfortunate.
picture
It's
for sure.
unfortunate. Like that's a
yeah, it's
that's a real
unfortunate.
it's a real fucked up situation. You know what I'm saying? A real
That
fucked
it
up situation.
is.
And like I said, I'm glad old boy didn't die. He didn't, his life is still intact. He's just dealing with a serious injury right now and that he'll recover from and he'll be going by his way. But hopefully he knows next time not to do that shit again.
Hey,
Absolutely.
look, by all means, nobody on this platform is saying that he deserved to be shot. He did not deserve to be shot. All I'm saying is we had to think better and make better decisions. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? Not be so rational to, you know what I'm saying, just go after people for dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, if my man was in there posing a serious threat to somebody or all of them, then we talking about a totally different situation. But we talking about arguing over fucking guap. Or we talking about a nigga behind the counter, you know what I'm saying? When you look at the video, you obviously feel he frustrated about not getting what he wanted on this shit.
Mhm.
He gets into it with the girl. They take the girl to the back. Nobody's up there now. So he decides, well, fuck it. I'm going to get this guacamole and I'm going to pack me and my wife stuff up and we going to do it. Let him do it. Let him do it. Fuck it, man. It's not that big a deal. So, with that,
What's that? Ladies and gentlemen,
let's transition. So, got another question for you, Joe. Let me see. How do I ask this? What's the best way to preference this question? When you think about it, just off of your own mindset, your own thought pattern, no research, nothing like that, just off your own mindset, what would you say when it comes to like households? Who would you say what would you say is the best environment for a child to grow up in as far as households? I'm gonna give you an option. It'll be three options: single mother household, single father household, or two parent household. If you can, rank the three for work from best to worst.
I'm gonna say that the both parent household, you said as well. You had that one in there. You
Hmm.
said single mother,
Yeah.
single father, and both. Okay, so both parent household would be a 10 if I had to rate that, right? Um,
Mhm.
and the single father household would be I just off of me because it needs that balance. I'm gonna rate it a 7 or 8
No,
because
not. I'm not. I
You
ain't
talking
really
about
asking for
ranking
you
them?
to like
You talking
just
about
rank
rank
ranking them?
rank them
got
from
you.
like each one from first to last, from best to
Okay.
worst.
Okay, so
So I
the
go
best
first
would
just to.
be
Okay,
oh,
go ahead. You get it.
the
You get
the
it.
best the best would be a two-parent household. Why? I'm gonna give you the whys too with each. So
Okay, that's cool.
the best would be the both parent household because one, the child grows up with more substance. It's better because he grows up with more of a balanced energy. It should be right. Um, he gets a good dose of his father and his mother. So two parent
He or she.
healthy, he or she, right? You get a two-parent healthy household, even if it's well, I'm not gonna say even if it's not healthy, it has to be healthy. Um, by the way, if it's not healthy, it's just like having just a single parent household. And if it's too toxic, it's just like having a anyways. All right, so I'm not gonna make that comment. The second one would the second best would be the single father household. Why I say that is because even with the father alone by himself, he can a child can grow up and develop. God, this feels so wrong. But a single mother household, right? So the father, you get some more substance and stuff like that. You get more of a logic. You don't have two overly emotional children, right? Literally, it depends on that father. No. We're gonna keep it there. So it's not overly emotional. I'm making it super long. A mother would be the worst. And there's no slight to the women, but the mother would be the worst because the child is overly emotional if he's just raised only by his mother. He don't get the other aspect of it, right? A man has a whew, I would rather my child be raised by I would rather if I had to be on the outside of it, I would rather a child be raised by if he had to choose the worst, just the man, right? Because the best would be the mother and the father. I would say just the man if you had to choose, right? If you had to say I'm picking the worst, or you have to pick the worst, which one would be mother? I would pick the man. What about you, TC?
So you said you would pick the single father household is the worst?
No, no, no,
No,
no,
he
no.
said he basically was saying if he had to pick at worst,
Between the words, yes,
he between the worst it would be the man. But overall, two parent would be the best way to go.
definitely.
Yeah, I'm going with the same. Two parent household, of course, is the best because it like what wordplay Reese said. It balances out. The child will get the knowledge, the logic, the base, the teachings, and also when they'll be able to cope more with their feelings and their emotions. Saying with both parents. As far as like the second one, what I'm saying, I'm gonna agree with wordplay Reese. I'm gonna go with the father, the single father household.
Mm-hmm.
Because men, we set the tone, we set the basis for for the children, and as far as the children being raised, we set the base for them. What I'm saying, we're like the fathers are there to like to pretty much teach them because we are the natural teachers. Men are the natural teachers. What I'm saying? We're not gonna baby the kids because that's not our job to do that. You know what I'm saying? Our job is to teach them and correct them when they do something wrong. And then of course the least one would be the single mothers because, single mothers, women, they're more emotional. So they tend to baby their kids and tune more into the emotional side, um, rather than logical and what's real. And of course, by women not being the natural teachers, I'm not saying women can't teach kids nothing. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to, you know, thorough teaching and and logic, women are just not equipped to do that. You know what I'm saying? They're just not
Um,
equipped to for, the thorough stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm like I say, I'm not saying women can't teach a child something because women can. It's just men do it on a more different level because our level of teaching is far exceeds, the the basic level of teaching that women would give. If you if you get what I'm saying. But yeah, that's my whole thing on it. Now we're not gonna knock any of the really good women out there, the single mothers out there that actually are doing their thing and raising their kids good. We're not gonna knock them. We're not, so we're not even referring to them. You know what I'm saying? We're referring to the majority, and we're gonna get to that after R&B gets hit. So go ahead, R&B.
I think he
So
go ahead. Oh
I
yeah,
I
yeah.
definitely I mean I'll be quick. We
No, you
all in
good.
agreement on this. You know what I'm saying? We all in agreement. Definitely for me, it would be the same thing. Number one, it would definitely be a two-parent household, a father household, and last and the worst to me would be a single mother household. And the reason why I say this very quickly is because of what my eyes have shown me throughout my years of living in society and where we're at right now in society in the world, being that we all pretty much grew up in single mother parent households and shit, right? And we see
Mm-hmm.
what society in the world looks like with that being the majority, you know what I'm saying, correct? So
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, you know what I'm saying, I agree with y'all. And not only that, the statistics back this stuff up. The Census Bureau statistics, they back this type of stuff up as well. It's proven that that single women households are the worst households. They raise the worst children. So with that being said, I digress back to TC so you can go back to his point. He was in there for my point.
Oh no, my thing was is like, yeah, statistics does prove that single mother household are the worst. They're not saying that all mother households are terrible. No, it's proven that majority. And the thing about it is it goes back to basically what I was saying that, men, we are the natural teachers. We set the tone. We the base of, of raising kids. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and say this. The thing about it is also proven in statistical wise that men are more equipped to raise kids than women. Now, I know that's gonna get a lot of moaning and groaning from the ladies, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's bullshit" and all this other crap. But yeah, go look it up. I'm gonna tell you right now, Judge Judy, she said it herself, and she's a woman. She may be a white woman, but she's still a woman. She literally said it herself. She said that um, society tries to downplay men into thinking that they're second tier parents, when in reality, men can actually raise children way better than women. The thing about it is, society also puts out a narrative that women um that they put out the narrative that women um are going to get the kids because how they see it is that's a woman's job. A
Mm.
woman's job is to raise the kids. And the man's job is to go out and get the money to pay the bills and all that stuff. But the women are supposed to raise the kids. That's the real reason why women get the kids automatically. It's not because they have, they pregnant with them and they hope, saying carrying them around for 9 months, 9, 10 months or whatever, and all that stuff. No, that's not the reason. The reason is because society feels that that's a woman's job to raise kids, and they downplay the men to make it look like the men don't know how to raise kids. But in reality, we have the equipment. We are more equipped than women to raise kids. But society doesn't really want men to sit up there and raise kids because the men are supposed to go out and work and pay bills and take care of the family that way. You know what I'm saying? And not really tend to the kids like that. That's how they want it. And they said, no, that's a woman's job. The woman's supposed to do that. You had the kids, you raise them. That's basically how they put it out there. But men actually are well more equipped than women to raising kids. That's the reason why a single father uh, household, other than of course, a two-parent household, is better than a single mother's because the whole point is a man can raise kids a lot better than a woman can. He just being made to think that he can't, but in reality, he can because a man's influence on kids is totally different from a woman's influence. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't understand that. That's the reason why you see kids flock more to their fathers than their mothers. Like, of course, if their father's around, we ain't talking about the deadbeat dads. We talk about the ones that's actually there taking care of their kids. They'll flock more to their fathers than they do their mothers because
Quick,
the male influence is needed. And it's a different type of influence that a women can't emulate.
quick interjection and give it right back to you. I actually grew up around guys who did flock to their deadbeat fathers over their mothers. It might have been a longing for a better relationship with them because of the pieces of crap that they were, but they did flock to them.
Yeah.
I seen it. I seen it with my own eyes.
Yeah, that do tend to happen. I'm not saying it doesn't. It does tend to happen. Um, but all in all, they mainly would flock to their fathers, like to the fathers that's actually there. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
actually there and helping taking care of them. You know what I'm saying? They'll flock more to their fathers than the mothers because the male influence is totally different from the female influence. Not trying to say that the female influence is nothing. No, you know what I'm saying? Kids need that mother too. Trust me, they definitely need their mother just as much as they need their
yeah,
fathers. They need their mothers.
facts.
But
Hey,
but
let's put a PSA on this right now before we go any further. This is not a discussion to say that children don't need their mothers. As we know, a lot of
right,
times women only hear what they want to hear, or they take what they want to take out of those, what's being said. So once again, this is not a discussion to say that children don't need their mother. I digress back to the story.
yeah, we're not trying to say that they don't need their mothers. They need their mothers just as much as they need their fathers. It's just you know the fathers, what I'm saying, just the father's influence is just totally different from the mothers, and a woman can't emulate that because she's not a man. You know what I'm saying? Like women are emotional. They're more in tune with emotions and feelings. Men aren't in tune with emotions and feelings like that. We can be, but to a certain extent. When we dealing with our kids, I mean, yeah, we'll tend to their emotions, like I said, to a certain extent. But what I'm saying. But once it reach that extent, okay, look, stop all that damn crying. Look, like stop all the crying. Let's get down to the business on how we gonna fix this. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna be still sitting there babying them low. It'll be all right, baby. Just quit crying. Woo, 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 woo. No, we ain't. That's not our job. We don't do that shit. All right. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna tend to their feelings like that. You know what I'm saying? Only to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? And then like, look, stop the crying. Let's get down to business and let's see how we gonna fix this. I'm gonna let you know what you did wrong. I'm gonna let you know what so and so did wrong, and I'm gonna show you how y'all can fix this. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's just you, I'm gonna let you know what you did wrong and what you possibly did right, and we're gonna be like, all right, cool. This is how we're gonna fix this. So I'm gonna need you to stop crying so you can listen to me. I'm gonna have your undivided attention, and we're gonna fix this. I'm gonna be there to help you fix this. You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole thing with a father. You know what I'm saying? So ladies, I'm sorry, but y'all can't keep calling yourselves a mother and a father. Y'all can't play that father role because y'all don't have that influence. Y'all not a man for one. Two, y'all don't have that influence that a father actually has on a child. That's the reason why there's a lot of children out there that yearn for their fathers. And you know what? Another reality check that a lot of women don't like to admit, most kids' first words is daddy. A lot of women don't like to admit that, but most kids' first words is daddy because they want their daddy. You know what I'm saying? A man has to get acclimated to their child. Women, y'all already acclimated already because y'all carried them up. Y'all carried the child for 9 months. The man, he has to get acclimated to the child. That child has to literally see this same man doing stuff for them and being around all the time for them to understand that that's their dad. You know what I'm saying? We have to put in work to make them understand that I'm your dad, I'm your father. You know what I'm saying? And I know this from experience because for I say the first 6 or 7 years, yeah, about first 6 or 7 years of my daughter's life, you know what I'm saying? She wasn't calling me dad. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't my fault that I wasn't around like that because I was in the military. You know what I'm saying? But it was hard. I had to keep acclimating myself. Whenever I was able to come around, I had to keep acclimating myself to get her to understand that I'm her father and you will call me your dad. But she couldn't really call me her dad because she didn't really see me as much, which, like I said, wasn't really my fault. It wasn't like I didn't want to be around, but that kind of hurt, you know what I'm saying? And I put in a lot of work to do that. And finally, you know what I'm saying, she finally started calling me dad, whatever, because she, you know what I'm saying, she's not afraid anymore. She understands, okay, yes, I'm dad. You know what I'm saying? Even though I was the one that cut the umbilical cord, I was the one that changed her first diaper. I was the one that waking up with her for the first week of her life. You know what I'm saying? Waking up with her at night and stuff like that. I was doing all that. But you know what I'm saying? With me not being able to come around as much because I was in the military, I was away, you know what I'm saying? It kind of, got her, a little discouraged and scared, I guess. But
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? It's good now. No, we're good now. Like she knows me as her, well, she calls me father now. She wants to be a little snobby with it, but you know what I'm saying? I'll let it slide. But but the thing about it, yeah, that's what it is. Like we as fathers, like we literally have to put in work to get acclimated to our kids so our kids can understand that I'm daddy. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
you know, it's they truly kids truly flock to their dads a lot more. I'm not trying to say that all kids flock to their dads. No, we're not saying that because there's a lot of kids that will flock to their mom more than their dad. You know what I'm saying? And that's cool too. But majority of kids will flock to their dads more so than their mom. It's not that they don't love their mom. It's just they just adore daddy a little bit more because that male influence is needed, and they're just showing how badly that they need their fathers. And it ain't just the boys, the girls too. Girls need their daddies too, just as much as the boys do. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying, I can digress
So
and let somebody else take the flow.
I'm about to say, if I can take you for one quick second, I want to paint a picture. Uh, this is a picture that I've been painting for a while, like
Picasso.
since we started talking about these type of things on podcast, on trying to build this podcast up and stuff like that. But I want y'all to think of it like this: the natural order of things is that the man is always the head; he's always the lead, right? So if you look at a body, TC know where I'm going with this proper wordplay probably you too. If you look at a body, you have a head, and then before the head, you have a neck. I always say that the woman is the neck of the body. You know what I'm saying? And the man is the head. If you take the head away from the neck, just got a body that's just walking around out here lost, going everywhere, but don't know where it's going. It's just walking. Has no leadership, no vision. You get what I'm saying? So like,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a difference in the wiring of how we're all created. It's just a difference. And either people like it or they don't. But you know what I'm saying? If you have common sense enough to like it, understand it, and you learn to love it and live in it because it's natural water and it's nothing better than living in natural water. But with that, I digress over the word though.
I'm gonna say I agree with I didn't it's no point even saying the same thing that y'all just said, honestly. But I do have a question of my own though regarding like, that like that just sparked a question in me for to be honest. Um, well, not really a question, but yes, a question first, and I'm gonna answer it.
Sure.
It depends on like not talking about what you're talking about, but how a child is raised is their core value, right? Makes out their core value. So, um, y'all want to know something interesting?
Some some of how they're raised
Some of
and
it,
some of what they experience while
mhm,
growing.
like their peers,
Yeah.
etc. Um, something interesting is that as us as children, we're meant to break generational curses, all of us. So, a lot of times parents don't even know what curses are. Like not what curses are, but a lot of parents don't know that.
No, you said it right. They don't know the curses are.
Definitely. Okay. And the current thing that they're doing, because I noticed a lot of things that um like people do that they don't even know that's really damaging. That's really not to that person that they're doing it to, but really to the child. Well, all right, so let me explain. Um, a person telling their children what's attractive and what's not attractive. Their children should you shouldn't tell your children what is and what isn't attractive. What is you shouldn't do that. Why? Because you should let your child.
I have no clue what the hell just
I have
happened.
no idea. We apologize. We having a motherfucking malfunction. He just lost connection out of nowhere in the middle of talking.
Right. That's funny. That is funny. That sounds like some sound shit right there. But anyway,
I don't know what
hey,
the fuck happened.
somebody just laughed on Instagram.
I I hope you good, bro. If he's still watching or like I hope you good. I hope ain't nobody come in there and sneak up behind him and shit.
Right. Right. But yeah, man. Hey, yeah, it's Kai the Mean Poet. He was the one that was laughing. He's like, "You're
What up though? You're was good.
what up, though, man? Hey, we in here just talking about pretty much the. Hey, you know what? Let's ask him that. Hey, Kai, man. Hey, here's a question for you, player. What do you
I already
think?
knew what he gonna say. But go ahead.
Yeah. But what do you think is, you know, what I'm saying the best? Rank these three from best to worst. Double parent household, a single father household, and a single mother household. So rank them from best to worst. I'm gonna wait on him to answer. But you know, while he's answering, we can still kind of talk about it though.
I don't know what the fuck happened to word.
I have no clue. That junk that was just
This
weird. That
shit
was
just
weird.
confusing.
He just
I wonder if he got one of those late night modem resets or some shit like that. You know how sometimes your modem will just reset
Yeah.
out of nowhere? Watson done did that a few times, like playing the
Yep.
game or
And
watching TV, whatever. It just
he just answered and he said exactly what we said. He says double first, single father, then single mother. Yeah, we exactly said the same thing. You know what I'm
you
saying?
care to elaborate a little bit in the comments on that, my brother? It ain't got to be like nothing long and drawn out. I know a lot of people don't like typing and stuff, but just any type of elaboration you might be able to
Hey, we
give
got him. He's back.
kind
He's
of let
back.
us know why you say that. You back, man? You good?
Yeah, computer, what the fuck? Okay, I'm having difficulties now. Hang on
I
one
can
second.
tell your light thrown off and shit. You look like a
Yes,
ghost.
I look, ooh, I'm back from the other side just to hunt you temporarily, if that makes sense. All right, but look, hold on. Y'all have to let
My light just flickered a little bit.
you see what the ghost did? The ghost of hitting ways. Nope, the ghost of Ikigai. The ghost of Ikigai Island. Okay. Three, two, one. Do we have action? We don't yet. What the fuck? Come on. There we go. I'm back. No longer a ghost. I'm in human form now. Excuse me. All right. I didn't. You know what? Now I have to wait. I have to wait to finish my point because I'm pretty sure one of you guys was speaking.
We actually was kicking it with somebody in the comments, just kind of let them elaborate on the subject of how we rank the single parent house. What the fuck is going on, bro? Bro, what
Oh
is
my
really going
God.
on right now, man?
I have no idea, bro.
What the fuck?
Oh my God.
Dog, this shit is weird. First, your shit cut out of nowhere. You come back in and we talking. And then his shit, which when you came back in, he had just what the he had just said that his light was flickering a little bit
The
or
fuck?
something like that.
Hey, can you turn my video back on for me?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, there you go. This is weird. I don't know how it's ended, but yeah, that's crazy.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
about to read this comment that the meme poet just left. So he said the blessing is to have both parents, but if not, the father can help the child gain stability with life because of
Spoken like a true poet.
realities he already experienced. The mother has more emotional support than structure. That's kind of weird. That's basically the same thing we've been saying.
But in a better way.
Yeah.
Spoken by a poet. You can tell you're a poet, my guy. Um, yeah. Do you hear anything from TC?
Yeah. Can you hear completely in the chat about like
All right, well,
this is hilarious.
let me get this point out because it makes so much sense. So a lot of the times where it was just something interesting I thought about earlier. Um, Based on our court, like for me, like, well, I don't think I was not raised like that. So, and okay, but it's hard to say. A lot of the
Man,
time,
get the point
you
out.
don't like a lot of
Stop
the time.
bullshit.
All right, I'm gonna get it out. A lot of the times you don't, there we go. A lot of the times you don't like what you like for you. You like it based on your parents. So you don't like you like what your parents like or your peers or something like that, right? In most cases. Um, we sometimes tell our children as a joke, what not we. I'm not even gonna say we. I've witnessed this before. telling your children, she's fat, isn't she? She's ugly, isn't she? Well, you're not supposed to do that, honestly, at all. Like that's one of the that's a curse, and you don't even know it's a curse. Like that's a form of hate. And that child would then later, and
We
here's
shall
how,
hate one another.
yes, here's how
People,
y'all may not see this as something major, but here's how that has a like a crazy effect. As you saying that meaningless thing to your child, right? Your child internalizes that, and that becomes a core, that becomes somewhat of a value, especially if that parent always does that. If they always do that, then that becomes a value for your child. Your child grows up crippled now with a tainted, very narrow point of view, or their perception is all fucked up because of you, parent, because of you. The way I would raise my child is I wouldn't tell her I wouldn't say, baby girl, do you know this is ugly and that's ugly. I wouldn't say, well, when it comes to outer stuff, right? Like I would tell her the basis of what type of energy you want to be around, the attitude, what's deemed attractive and not, like meaning how a person carries themselves. But what I won't do is say to her, this is ugly, this is that. The same as I won't say this is good food here and this is not. How the fuck do I supposed to know if it's good to her or not? Just because I like it don't mean she has to like it or not, right? And you cripple your child in other ways too. Now they're looking to be more dependent. You might not even see it like this, but now they're looking for that. They need that validation. You may not even see it like that, but that's one little thing that like messed up a lot of other things. And it has a huge effect on your child's life. Let's stop telling our children, like, we tell them what's good for them, but don't tell them what they should be attracted to and not attracted to. Don't tell them what tastes good to them and what don't taste good to them, right?
I think you should tell them what they should be attracted to and what they shouldn't be attracted to.
No,
Just maybe not,
there we go.
just
Okay.
maybe not in certain areas, but you know what I'm saying? You definitely want to know how to coach them on what they should and should not like as far as you don't want your son to bring home a whore, or you don't want your daughter to
Definitely.
bring home an abusive thug, or some drug dealing no good nigga that's gonna put her in danger. You know what I'm saying? Have you burying her. So those type of things, those are the things that you coach and guide them on what and
Exactly.
what not to like and be attracted to.
Absolutely. 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 Character, those type of things. Um,
Which men, you know, dare I say, it's my opinion that we're better judges of character. We're better with that type of stuff. You know, how many times you watch a movie or a TV show and the daughter bring a boy home and the father don't really something about him. I just don't like him. This is TV, but where do TV get all of their ideas from? Reality. So you will see the father like say something about him. I ain't feeling this cat, but who likes him? Oh, I think you're just overthinking it, huh? He's a sweetheart. How many times you have seen that shit on a movie or a TV show?
a
And then
lot.
the dude turned out to be a complete scumbag. The father was right all along. But the
Yep.
mother easily, you know what I'm saying, just like the daughter, easily, you know what I'm saying, fell right into the trap. So
I got another. I got TC. I know you didn't go. Well, go and then I got to because I got a side
Yeah,
another
man.
question I
My
want to
damn
ask.
light started flickering and that shit just went out, man. Some
That's because of
bullshit.
me, my boy. I made your lights do that. I am the ghost from the past, and I am present. But
we're
actually,
gonna redo G.
Yeah, IG's back up.
so
That those the only people that was fucking with this was on IG and they and that the page that it was that they was fucking with someone with. That's what went down when your shit was gone. With this
Yeah, that
girl
joint was
spot.
crazy.
I mean, I don't get it. I'm saying something.
Hmm?
I was saying somebody was saying something.
I thought somebody was saying something. Yeah, yeah, everybody just went quiet all of a sudden now.
Like, quiet, now, quiet.
Now, what were y'all talking about though while I was out and trying to get my shit back on?
We was talking about the ghost that was haunting you.
No, that's not exactly what y'all was talking about.
Wordplay was basically, basically just finishing off his point. Really was discussing writers, stuff that went out about just the value and high degrees in literature. But I used his point to take it back around to with the mission, starting. But this topic was, which was the percentages of how we would give that's the better household as far as exploration children. So I felt like, what he was talking about, when we think about it, the films being used back to the man. And like I said, it's my opinion. But the man is the better judge of care when the films continues. I've been into the scenario playing out TV shows and the movies and shit. You see your daughter, right? Really hard. He's able to get right into the mother saying, how her thinking he's so sweet, just as sweet as he did the daughter, but the father always have a girl that be allowed like a TV show, the father is not all alone. You know what I'm saying? So that I was basically saying a lot of these ideas, so that they get these things that they play out in front of us on TV and movies and stuff like that. All of that shit
Hmm.
comes from real life and reality. It comes from real life and reality, bro. Like all that. So so it just kind of a full circle type thing. That's that.
Yeah, we can go on and on about this, man. But I'm surprised a lot of them ain't no women watching. They got something to say because
I mean,
normally.
it's late. If we could get somebody to be set up and ready to rock when we send out the emails, you know what I'm saying? We could probably catch a few people while they laying in the bed scrolling their phones before they end up like this and shit with the phone next to them.
Oh, right.
Bah, 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 straight shots.
Maybe we could have gauged them within them 10 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes, where what we was talking about could have gauged their mind just long enough for them to sit up and be like, oh no, they on some bullshit or I like this. I don't
I
know.
see what
When
you're
it's
saying.
late
'Cause
and it's a
it's gonna
weeknight.
have women gonna be like, oh yeah, well, that ain't right, and there's a lot of women out there that's just good and take care of like we know that, lady. We know that. We know there's a lot of
You're
good
like,
women out there.
correction, sir. Actually, there are men like, man, we do it too, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. If I go to a female thing and they up here, because I ain't gonna lie to you, females be bashing the shit out of niggas. Like most, some of them, I be noticing that, and that's their thing though. That's their like energy. Like I don't think niggas should do that, but like females be doing that for sure. They be bashing the shit out of it.
But you see more females by themselves or with men on social media bashing women more than you see women bashing men.
Mm.
Oh, repeat that again.
That's what I'm trying to connect with right now. I was gonna ask you too.
Repeat that again.
You see more women on podcasts and social media and stuff like that by themselves or with other men. I mean, with men bashing women more than you see them bashing men.
Yeah, when they with men, when they by
No,
themselves.
I see a lot of them talk the same shit with men and without. Love Dorsey, she talked the same shit with men and without men, and she get on men too.
She do.
But she be on the women though.
Because
These women just
I,
need a
I
lot of
like
love.
how her approach is when she do it because you need that female there that's gonna like really correct and shit like that, because like we said, not a lot of females is actually correcting other females. Well, I'm not. There's some females who's not doing that, and from what I've seen, it's a lot. Like there's a lot. That some is a lot. um, I've seen a female say some bullshit, and another female agree with it and was like, "Girl, right?" Because period. Like I'm like, "Whoa, what? You told her that was right? You made her feel as though that was a right? Okay, okay,
and and,
Right.
and probably wasn't even paying attention to what the fuck she was really even saying. She
right."
she just she just knew what you know how you would listen to a motherfucker for so long. They be talking and you just be kind of chilling. You might not even be looking at them, but you know it's like your body automatically knows a certain amount of seconds you turn to them and be like, hell yeah. Then you kind of go back off into your own world.
Yeah,
Then a
I
few
know what you're
seconds
talking about.
later, you come back like, man, that's crazy, bro. And
You ain't
you ain't
heard
I
paying
know,
attention to
right?
shit they be
Damn, bro.
saying.
you ain't hear shit.
Females,
I ain't heard
you
a
know,
word they
females
said.
gotta do the same shit.
That's like
You
the
would be a
blood
fool to think they don't do the same shit. Probably be all off in their world, staying in their phone and shit. Old girl just steadily rambling and talking, and she all on her phone, and she like, girl, right, period. Right back in her phone.
Now, they do that for sure. They do that. They do that for sure. They especially do that to like I hear a lot of you. It'd be mad wild. Like imagine you on a date with a chickiano and she doing some shit like that, and she just in her phone. She not paying no mind and shit. Y'all out to eat. Like this is. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is like one of my. This was one of my fears. Like I would. Like God, I hope that never happens to me. Like you going out and you out order and y'all at like some nice little restaurant and shit. Like or District 78. Let's say I love District 78, but y'all there, and instead of her being engaged with you, she's like in her phone. She and you talking, and she's like, and you find yourself talking more way like she's seeing less, bro. Like she's like, hitting the breeze. Damn, that's crazy. I never want that shit to happen to me. The same response I just gave right there, like just looking up at you, saying that's crazy. Go back in the phone, get the getting back to what she was doing, or just like looking off somewhere else. And just I mean, look, you could be you be exactly who you are. Like if you looking away and shit, because I know some dudes that if a female look away for a minute, this bitch couldn't even keep her eyes on me, man. She was looking everywhere. I don't like bitches like that. I had to hit her. Like, nah, you can't hit no female. Like, you can't hit nobody, bro. Like, to be honest, on some shit like that, just because she's like engaged. And I ain't gonna lie to you, when I go somewhere, I'm looking around type shit. I mean, but I'm still attentive.
I'm about to say I know some females that act the same way though. Not necessarily talking about hitting people,
Right.
but
Oh
I
man.
definitely know some. I definitely know some females that act the same way. Like they'll tell you looking at people that you didn't even see
Right.
because they was that intimidated by them and shit. Like
I know
you,
you seen that ass. I'm like, what ass? What are you talking about?
Oh, don't
I
let
was
it.
I was in, I was all the way out getting the tissue and shit. What is he talking about? You saw
Right.
that ass.
You was looking
I
at her
saw
whole.
you
You was in
looking
the
at
eye where
her.
she was
I'm
at.
like, what ass? What ass at?
Listen,
Where?
don't let it be a. Don't let it. Just don't let the female be intimidated by another woman. You can damn near almost always tell when she's intimidated because certain things she'll do. Like that one there, or either that or she'll go to downplaying a female, but like nonetheless, he'll sabotage shit for real. Like let's say if let that female that you're dealing with or that you're cool with or whatever it is, let the female that she has a problem with, let it be somebody that you're in business with. Oh my God. If it's that situation, it's a wrap, especially if it's a wrap because she's going to more than likely sabotage what you have. She's gonna sabotage that business. She don't give a fuck about how much money you made or if this woman is investing in you. All she see is she's pretty as fuck, and I know damn well he likes her. Look, I see that she's very pretty too, but you gotta be able to trust me, baby girl.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
read this
hey, I've
comment from
talked about
Kyle.
that
I got a
Tris.
question from him for him. he was basically just saying that I think he was talking about what I was talking about. He said you explaining how shallow the majority is.
Yeah.
So people are shallow. Definitely the majority. You ain't lying on that. But I got a question for you, bro. What's the 23 in your IG tag? What does that stand for? I'm just wondering something. If you still watching.
Yeah, I think he's still watching. Say two people watching. So that's that Jordan, baby, the greatest of all time.
Hey, look, that's what I. You actually went there because that's what I wanted to see what he was gonna say. Was this maybe like some type of birthday thing? Okay, for my first son birthday. I thought he
Okay.
was. I thought it might have been some Jordan or Bron type shit. I started talking shit.
Jordan. No.
So let me see what else. What else? What else? Chipotle. uh, best households.
Kind of went over to some other stuff.
Kind of,
Hey, he
kind
he
of.
said he said I'm Jordan type two. That's right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm Kobe.
He
And,
on that Kobe shit, man. Don't worry about it. He on that Kobe
yes,
shit.
and yes, I'm not afraid to say it. Yes, I think Kobe is better than Jordan. Yes, I do. That's just my personal opinion.
Kobe better than Jordan?
That's just my personal opinion. That's just my
Can't
personal
argue with
opinion.
that. I think
Hey,
he was more skilled than like I ain't gonna lie to you. He was.
everybody got an
I think
opinion.
I think I think Kobe was the most skilled player we've seen this side of our generation of basketball.
He said he can respect the Kobe
Kyrie
choice.
Kyrie Irving might be the next up behind him as far as just pure skills and shit like that, mastery of just skills and stuff. But and I know people talk about Kyrie and that like a lot, but in all honesty, in my opinion, as skilled as he is, he don't come nowhere near Kobe. Nowhere near. Kobe
Hey,
had footwork like Hakeem Olajuwon, bro, as a
hey,
guard.
he said I'm still Jordan because you can't get Kobe without him. Yes, sir.
Well, then we can say that for most majority of the league. Well,
Yeah.
a lot of these cats and stuff, we can't, you know what I'm saying? No, it is what it is. But if I take something that you teach me and I make it better, just because you taught it to me first, does not make it better? I made it better. Go look at the fadeaways and shit, the shit that Kobe used to do. Kobe was out there dancing on niggas. I know Jordan had a beautiful fadeaway. But Kobe was out there dancing on niggas, bro. Go look up some highlights of that man's fade game, the shit that he would do to niggas. The 1 foot pivot spins and shit. Those are fades too. Post fades and shit. How he would do that shit. That spinning all around, got niggas going left and right, didn't know what to do. Like, bro, that shit was a thing of mastery.
He said big facts.
Since we talking about it, I'm gonna go on to live with another one too. I'm not saying that he's better as an overall player. But I hear a lot of talk about Kyrie Irving being the best guard that we've ever seen as far as finishing at the rim and under the rim because of his packages and stuff. Did y'all just forget about Tony Parker? Did y'all forget about Tony Parker? Like, come on, man. When did Kyrie Irving ever lead the league in points in the paint in an era where big men were still dominating?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me. When did Kyrie ever lead the league in points in the paint? Period.
I don't think he ever did.
I'm,
I think we had that discussion. No, I don't think he did, to be honest. Never did. But I ain't gonna lie to you, Kyrie's still that nigga though. Kyrie, that nigga, he got a bag on him, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie to you. I think yeah, Allen Iverson and shit like that is fire. All those people, but I ain't gonna lie to you, Kyrie, the shit that he's able to do, like how he moves with the ball, he is the ball. He's fluent. Like he's fluid. I meant he's fluent too. He's fluent in
But
basketball.
Oh, I agree, Kai. He said the new rules help most of the players we see now get buckets. Yep, I agree.
yeah,
But you
yeah.
still, regardless
I think it count more for the Euro dudes
right,
than I'm gonna just say it than the black guys.
because
We've been
regardless
doing
of
this
the
shit.
because regardless of the rules, you still gotta like it's like wrestling, right? In a way. Wrestling, I heard someone saying the other day, like, oh well, that shit is fake. I seen the guy, he picked him up and suplexed him, he did this. But you still got to be able to do that shit. You get what I'm trying to say? If that made a point, I mean, if I had a point right there, like literally, you got to be skilled to do the shit. So regardless of the rules or this, that, and the third, you got to be able to do it. Kyrie Irving, the shit he's able to do is fucking fire. I'm not saying Allen Iverson couldn't do it, but to the level what Kyrie's doing, he's super creative, bro. Like this nigga have a bag out of this fucking world. The way he's able to
Oh
create,
yeah,
yeah, it's
oh
like
yeah, he definitely do.
yeah, you can't.
His dribble package is unmatched.
Yeah, it is.
And
I,
I'm not even saying that he that he's not a hell of a finisher. He's definitely a great finisher. I just don't know if he better than Tony Parker. Because I watched both of them. And the shit that I used to see Tony Parker do finishing over legit defending bigs in that era, niggas that actually played defense, wasn't no other guard doing at that time. So I think it kind of go forgotten because wasn't nobody doing it. You had a cat like a Rajon Rondo come along a few years later, but he was never really truly dominant at doing it. He just did it when he wanted to, or if he could. Rondo wanted to pass that bitch. So I don't think we seen nobody really do it like that until Kyrie came along.
hey, I would say it like this, man. Like just how you said that, and it's true that Kobe perfected and elevated Jordan's fadeaway. My thing is Steph and Kyrie perfected and elevated Allen Iverson's dribble moves. Cause Allen Iverson was nasty with the ball. He the one who pretty much elevated the crossover and had dudes just fucking falling on their ass and just killing them with that crossover. And then Steph and Kyrie came in and they perfected it and they elevated it. So they made it even better than what Ivo was able to do. You know what I'm saying? So
I I think we give Allen Iverson too much credit for the crossover. Not saying that he don't deserve none. He deserves a lot of credit. Don't get me wrong, but I think we give him too much. We forget about Tim Hardaway's crossover. Tim Hardaway. Allen Iverson even tell you he stole some of his shit from Tim Hardaway as well. Tim Hardaway crossovers, like he couldn't be stopped. I remember when Tim Hardaway played for the Miami Heat later in his career. What was they doing to the Pistons? He was still doing that same crossover, fucking the Pistons up and shit. We was getting to the playoffs and getting popped in the first round with the turquoise jerseys and shit.
hey, so he said, yeah, you still got to make the shot, but you dropping 40 because you getting petty fouls.
Right, right.
And then he said Tony was nasty. D Rose was nasty before the injury too.
Oh, D
T Mac,
Rose.
he said T Mac
Ugh.
was a crazy finisher too.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, T Mac was, yeah.
I forgot about D Rose. I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would. I'm going out on a limb. I don't know if I would put D Rose in the same class as Kyrie and Tony Parker when it comes to finishing though. Only because he was a different type of finisher. Like Kyrie and Tony Parker, they not high flying dunks. They beat you with pop packages and stuff. They beating you off the dribble, especially Kyrie. He a wizard with the ball and shit. You know what I'm saying? They beat you off the dribble. They get to that lane. and they doing drop steps, they doing all that type of stuff. Not that D Rose wasn't doing that, but D Rose will hop step and then rise up and bang on the nigga. Tony Parker and Kyrie ain't had that. So they had to have more of a, you know what I'm saying, freaky finish. You know what I'm saying? What they call that shit on 2K wordplay? That's the jelly package, right?
Jelly. Oh, you talking about the jelly fam type shit. The
Yeah.
jelly. You talking about jelly layups, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got that's a real life thing too though. You hip to that, right?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Them niggas hard, bro.
He said D Rose had the float game too.
Yeah, he did. But who brought the float game to the NBA? Tony Parker.
Yeah, Tony Parker was
Tony
the float
Parker.
king. He was the float king. Yeah, he definitely was. That motherfucker hit floaters all the damn time. He said Kobe was amazing, but nobody stopped Jordan from getting buckets from when he got in the league. And then he said D Rose, yeah, yeah, that was pretty much about it. That was the one I didn't read. He said Kyrie is fire, but he ain't Kobe or Jordan. Yeah, definitely.
I remember when I couldn't stand Kyrie for a minute because I felt like for a long time, I felt like everybody was making him out to be, better than what he truly was showing. You know what I'm saying? I was shit better than what he truly was at that time because he wasn't showing it all the way, right? Or consistently for that matter. It was a minute. It was a minute there for like a 2 year stretch there where I was literally saying that Isaiah Thomas was better than Kyrie Irving when it never should have been a fucking discussion.
No, which Isaiah Thomas, the Pistons or the one or the
Which
other one.
what the fuck? Which one you think I'm talking about? You know damn well I ain't talking about
Hey,
the Pistons.
had to throw a funny one anyway.
I'm talking about the one that's about my height.
Yeah, that Isaiah Thomas was good though, man. He
Yeah,
did. I mean,
don't get me wrong.
where
I
the fuck
like
is he
Isaiah
at
Thomas.
anyway?
He just signed with Phoenix for the rest of the season. They
Oh
signed
yeah,
him.
yeah,
They
yeah. I
signed
did
him
read
on a
that. Yep.
10-day contract. I think they signed him on two of them. It was either one or two. And he ended up getting signed for the rest of the season. I think he just signed for the rest of the season yesterday.
See, the season almost over anyway, and our Pistons are nowhere to be found.
I mean, they fucked us, man. They made us a casualty so that they could follow a model and a storyline and put Wemby in San Antonio as the next greatest big man in San Antonio because San Antonio is the biggest small market team in the NBA and they need a starter. And what better star than have another motherfucking great big man behind David Robinson and Tim Duncan? it's
that
it's
that
like
do
it's like parody and shit. They
that do
fucked
seem
us
like
for
a
that
perfect little scenario. Yeah, I do think we got fucked for sure. Wait, how do we get fucked like that? Didn't the Pistons
because
wait.
we had the worst record in the league.
Oh, and they didn't okay, I follow. Yeah.
Yeah, because the NBA got that draft lottery shit. So just
Yeah,
because you got the worst record in the league doesn't automatically means
it
you're gonna
don't,
get the
it
first
don't.
pick.
But come on, man. Look at all these other teams that had multiple first overall picks and shit.
mm-hmm.
With us, we get one, and it just so happened to be Cade. Now I ain't knocking Cade. I like Cade, but
I, I think
for
when
to be a first overall pick, and I look at what some of these other cats doing that been picked number one since he's been picked number one and before. It's like, man, it's like,
you say multiple number one, I think when they get those like fences a team, it should go back to just being about a record, by the record, by the way. But
yeah, I think it should be just like the NFL by the record.
the team with the worst record, they like let's say if we're going back by that logic, they get because before they was getting the number one pick. So they get the number one pick, right? But if they have multiple like not number one overall, but number one picks, like high number ones, like 5, 4, or 10, 13. Because you only supposed to have two, like a team can only have two technically, right? But if they get multiple number ones, it's because they traded for that. So I don't even think, yeah, if they get multiple number ones, it's because they traded for it. High number ones, that is. Because like if they get the first overall pick, and then they get another one like fourth. Because technically, the second one that you get supposed to be like, okay, you get two per wait.
I
So
don't
you
know. I don't know where you're going with this, bro. But all I'm gonna tell you is that I done seen Orlando pick Dwight Howard and Ben Carroll,
but
and didn't they have a number
was
one
that
pick
all
in
in
between there?
was that all in one draft? Was
Oh
that all number one picks in one draft?
no,
Oh, okay. Now I'm thinking you were saying that. Okay, never mind.
we didn't see Philly land in the top three year after year before they finally got good, and then B was able to stay healthy. We didn't see Boston just pretty much like put their whole dick in the draft and you know, fuck it all up and pull out gems and shit to get themselves back relevant or remain relevant. Like, yeah, they be fucking the Pistons up.
You know they can trade for those odds too, right? You could trade for like the odds. So you could trade a player to
I've never heard of that.
yeah, you can. You could trade for odds. So a lot of those like a lot of those picks, a lot of the teams they increase their odds by trading for odds, trading players for yearly picks type shit, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I just think the NBA definitely just need to get rid of the draft lottery. They need to get rid of that lottery shit because that shit's stupid as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make any real sense because you got like a
I,
team that has literally the worst record in the fucking league end up getting like the third or fourth pick. Like, what the hell type of shit is that? Like,
Or later.
yeah,
That was when
or
we
even
picked
later.
Ivy. We picked Ivy at 5.
Yeah. You gotta wait, and that shit didn't even make any damn sense. You got a motherfucker who, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got some teams that actually made the damn playoffs and end up getting the first pick. I'm like, what the hell type of shit is that? I mean, I understand they made a trade with a team to get their first round pick, but they end up getting the first overall pick, and they made the damn playoffs just because of that trade. They got lucky with that trade, and then saying that shit doesn't make it. It shouldn't make it don't make any sense. You know what I'm saying? Like that draft
Kyle
lottery
say
does
that
not make sense.
Kyle say that yeah, the lottery rigged. He said that shit rigged.
Yeah, it is
Facts.
fucking rigged.
I
That
think
shit crazy as
I'll
hell.
put it like this. I'll say I think it's rigged to a point. I think they let certain things fall where they may and what they want to control for the outcome that they want, that's what they control, if that makes sense. Like they might say 1, 2, and 3, these top three players, we want them on these three teams here. Don't matter what order they go to these three teams, we just want to make sure one of them is in each one of these three cities. And then the rest of that shit after that, we can get the fuck the rest out of that.
Man, that's all this politics shit, man. All the politics. That's all it is. Same thing with the NFL draft is even more rigged. That shit's so stupid too. But at least they ain't got a draft lottery system. You know what I'm saying? That shit's you know what I'm saying. But now you got motherfuckers coming in that can literally say, "Oh man, I ain't going to that team. The team that draft me, I can. I need to have shares of that team to own." Like, nigga, you ain't even step foot on the goddamn NFL field. You over there somewhere trying to talk about some. Oh, I need to be owning the team and shit. Like, what the hell type of shit is? Who the fuck are you? Like, this shit. The shit is just getting fucking ridiculous, nah, man. Like. It's getting too fucking ridiculous, man. They letting these motherfuckers have too much fucking privilege, man. Like, dog, get the fuck out of here. You a fucking rookie. Be a fucking rookie, bro. You know what I'm saying? You are not better than nobody else that's been playing in the league for you fucking years. So why do you think just because you're projected to be the number one pick that you get all the privileges? You know what I'm saying? Look at all the other number one picks in the NFL drafts from years past. Did any of them have any controversy like this? No. So I'm like, dude, like, why do you think you deserve all this privilege? Like, that shit doesn't make any damn sense. Like, dude, just be excited to get picked by a fucking team and play. You know what I'm saying? Like, all this shit just swirling around is just ridiculous. All it's doing is messing yourself up. It's messing up your name even more.
How is it messing up their name?
You said what?
How is it messing up their name? I'm just asking.
It's messed up his name because he's tarnishing he's tarnishing his fucking name and his legacy before it even starts by making all these demands and shit. Like, come on now. Like, who are you to be sitting up here and making all these demands? And you ain't even played one snap of NFL football yet.